Okay, what we've got here is, this is the ABM Evo 3. ABM stands for Aerial Bombardment Monitor. It was originally a small tactical battlefield device for, oh no, sorry, that was something else. It's actually the Ashdown base magnifier, isn't it? And it's called the Evo 3 because after Evo Stick, because it really does glue your sound together. No, the Evo's for evolution apparently, and this is the third one. And it's a perfect thing for smaller gigs. It's what I use. Not that I do smaller gigs, obviously. And let's go through some of the features. What you basically have is an input, which is where you plug your bass in, which is here, which can be set to active or passive, obviously depending on whether your bass has batteries. Passive ones obviously as well tend to have too many knobs. You can set it to, and it has a flat or shaped setting. This kind of scoops out the middle, much like you do with a tub of ice cream when you first open it. And after that, it has a set of really, really good, comprehensive, simple rotary EQ controls. And there's also a 4-band graphic which goes from 180 Hertz and 380 Hertz through to 1.3 kilohertz and 2.6 kilohertz, like a screaming waitress, if you like. And that's all quite straightforward. I would have thought there's a valve drive, which is great if you want a bit of drive or grunge to your sound, which comes in and out, which can sweep from just like a little bit of bite all the way up to something really quite nasty. You can have your EQ in or out, which is quite nice, obviously. There's a great compressor. This is a newer edition, something I find very handy. Quite a nice heavy stomp box type compression. And one of the unique features, you only get this with Ashdown, is the sub-harmonics. This is almost like, it's like a subtle octave pedal, but it's, if you just have a little bit of that in, it gives you a really nice bit of bigness and fatness to your sound, you know. And of course you have a DI here, which is great. This is very handy, saves having that box, doesn't it? And you can have pre or post EQ, and of course an output mute. And then last, but by no means least, your output. All right, let's take this puppy around the block, shall we? See what she can do. First off, you just plug in straight away flat. Really nice, warm, clean, usable sound. From that, you can add your scoop, which I like, slightly more nasal, punchy, a lot more present. And then let's put the EQ in. Now we're really starting to cook with gas, and that, like by boosting some of these sliders, boosting the bass in, suddenly adding a bit of nice nightclubby type room. And then you get a nice MIDI honk there. And of course you can have all the top in the world, like for instance if you like to slap. Which I don't, but there it is. And then of course you've got your valve, your 12AX7, and this just drives your input. And then just by putting in a bit of that, starting to enter the world of rock, and you can drive that as much as you want. You get really stupid with that. Again, something I don't use much. And then the thing I do love is you can bring in for more of a sort of nice, warm, fretlessy, synthy sound, sub-harmonics. If you take that all the way up, then you can sound like a particularly tall Welshman. If there isn't enough punch, then of course we can add the compressor, and this goes everywhere from, it's a nice tidy sort of limiting to a real proper. And there she is. And also sold separately with the ABM range. is the Ashdown 4-way foot switch, which controls your valve, EQ, compression and sub-octave. Just the job.